Welcome to this week's episode of Catching Up with Armadale Auto Parts. We've been working on Peter's 37 Ford truck, getting that all ready to basically go to paint. Did a little bit more on my 59 Chevy sedan delivery, sort of chipping away, still doing lots of little jobs, but it's getting there slowly. We've now got it down to like a bit of a checklist. The aim is to try and get it running and driving. So we're getting pretty close. Have a look. We've actually got our roadkill style checklist that we're slowly crossing off. And as you can see in the background, we've got Mark's 57 Chevy. Next week's job will be pretty interesting, but right now I'm going to run through some info about the Gennie Shifter. Enjoy. So we're just going to run through a little bit of info about the Gennie Shifter. Someone did message me and ask about how they worked and how they fitted. So this is obviously what they call the Commander Series stick. So it's got the drilled I-beam. This is the 12-inch version. They come 6, 8, 10, 12 and a 23 S-bend. So down the bottom, basically, these come in component form. So you've got the triangle part here. That's your mechanism. So that comes pre-assembled. And you can see the brackets down below, which I'll run through from below. This is a rear mount. So obviously this works on this car. In a hot rod or something smaller, you may find that you want to go further forward. So the mid mount would come out about 100 mil further forward from I think the rear, where the rear extension housing bolts on. Now the shifter themselves, when it comes to shifting gears, basically out to the side, that's reverse. Neutral, it'll drop back again, and into drive. So then just side detent it all the way back to park. The other thing that's quite handy with these is you can see these two little grub screws here. So once you undo those two grub screws, basically the stick can come off. So fairly simple to change. I used to do it. I used to have a little short normal stick that I used to use, but I found that because I found when I had the tall one and it was in drive, it would be a bit near my elbow, so I used to swap them around a bit. And of course then you don't have to worry about a button on top. You can change the shift knob to whatever you want. I haven't decided what I'm going to do here. So they're a very good shifter. There is adjustment, so we've adjusted this leaning back a little bit. You can adjust it so as it leans a little bit more forward. It's about 50 mil or thereabouts. So we can get these into stock. Very popular product. We've fitted them to quite a few cars. I've never had any dramas. They've got a little neutral safety switch just here on the side. You can just see there. That's just a simple ball button type thing, so you can just adjust them in and out. So there we go. That is the Gennie Shifter. Okay, so here's the Gennie Shifter from underneath. This one here is a rear mount type. You can see here the brackets bolt onto the rear of the gearbox. There's one on each side. Then the mechanism bolts into there through one of these on each side here. I also do a mid mount. It would sit forward from here. There'd be two brackets that would come up on the sides round to here, and then the mechanism would sit on top. You can see here, if this comes down to here, the shift rod goes down and around to there. So you've got adjustment at this point here, and also you can see up the top at that point, you can see there's also a spline on there, so you can move them around a fair bit to give you your adjustment. We've been working on this 37 Ford truck for Peter for a little while, on and off. The chassis and that sort of thing was all done a few years ago by the now passed away, Ron West. He rebuilt the Ford Flathead, all that sort of stuff. It is a stock truck. Basically, it came to us, and it had a bit of the bodywork done, but only on the cab, and that was it. So now we're just going through, we're just tidying up. We've got a little bit of tidying up to do on the chassis, paint the wheels, that sort of thing. Coming up, you'll see the cab. Essentially with that, we had to fit the power windows, sort of like there was some repairs that have been done, and over the years things weren't that good. Tap out a few bits and pieces. The fenders needed some repairs. They were split and dented and damaged, so we had to repair all those. It didn't have a bonnet top, so we've got a new bonnet top. Repaired the sides. Then we've also had to, like the grille had been butchered over the years, and where the emblem went at the top had all been cut out, so we've had to repair all that. And basically now it's all more or less repaired, so we'll have to hire a booth, get it painted, and then the next thing is repair the tray and get the thing back on the road.